everybody, my name's Amanda from scrimpingmummy.co.uk and today I'm going to make a cute card holder, basically gift card holder, but you could change it up to being a just a normal card, normal gift card. Doesn't have to be a gift card holder. Thank you card, a little note, a tag, anything. So first of all, we're starting with an A4 sheet of Whisper White, and we're going to cut it at 9.5 by 6. Okay, so 9.5. And we'll save that because we can use that later on. 9.5 by 6. Okay, and then on the short side we're going to score. Staying on this side, we're going to just take it down to 5.5, so that we're scoring half an inch. Okay, and then we're going to turn it on the long side and we're going to score at, let me just check my sizes, 4.5. Oops, I slipped then. 4.5 and 9. There we go. 4.5 and 9. Okay, all of my measurements and my scoring will be on my blog, scrimpingmummy.co.uk, just in case you can't remember. Right, we're just going to fold and burnish all of these now. Okay. And I'm doing it really well because I want it to be nice and flat. Okay, so we just need to trim. Let me remember which bits we need to trim. This small square here we don't need, so we'll trim that away. And we need this long section here. Excuse me, I've got a tickle. But we don't need the second long section, so we can cut that away. So I'm going to have to just grab a drink. I do apologise. I can't edit, so I'm not stopping and starting again. There we go. Sorry, I do apologise. I've got a frog in my throat. Right, now we carry on. I'm cutting along here, like so. Alright, we can remove those parts. And then we just want to quite deeply notch these two here. So I'm notching that one. And I'm notching that one. And we want them quite deep, because we don't want a lot of bulk. So we're folding that over and we're folding that over. In fact, we'll have that one on top of that one. So we want fast views down both of these edges so that it holds nicely. Okay. I've just gone over slightly, so I'm just going to roll it back so that my edges aren't sticky. Okay. And then just fold that over and give it a good press, and that makes like a little pocket. Okay, if I put that on straight, if it's not straight anywhere, just trim it off. There we go, just trim it off to make it straight. For some reason that edge isn't perfectly straight. I don't know why, because I used my trimmer. There we go. So that makes a little pocket. Okay, so then you want to use your 1 3/4 inch circle punch or die or whatever, or you can skip this bit if you don't have it. And we're just going to do a notch about 1/4 of the way into the punch, not half. We don't want it that large. Okay, about 1/4 of an inch. Just get it sort of central by eye and punch that out. I can move that away now. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to emboss this little pouch. So I'm going to bring my big shot in. Okay. Now the embossing folder that I'm using is this Lace Doilies one. It has retired and you can't get it. I am sorry. But maybe you've already got it or use something else. Doesn't matter if you haven't got exactly what I've got. you can improvise. And if it's the new things that I'm showing you and you haven't got them, then nip over and buy them from my shop. So we are just placing this pouch inside the embossing folder. It just slightly protrudes. It's slightly wider than the folder, but it doesn't matter. Just make sure you've got it in nice and even. Make sure you've got, see, this is the back where the seam is, so you want to make sure you've got the part that's embossed out at the front. So let me just think. That's going to emboss, yeah, I'll just do it that way. It's just that one side embosses in and one side kind of goes the other way, doesn't it, with these. I know what I mean. I want the best side showing. Okay, let's whip that through without knocking my camera over, hopefully. And I always go back again, and I don't really know why, because I don't really think it's necessary when you're embossing. Right, so now we have a lovely, can you see that? A lovely embossed pouch. I'm just going to remove my big shot. Put that on the floor out of the way. And that's embossed beautifully. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to use this as my front. And what I'm using is Botanical Builder framelets. Now I am absolutely distraught that they've retired this because we haven't had it that long. I'm a little bit sad, and it's beautiful. And I just think that if you like to make your own flowers, you need to go and check the retirements list, because this is on there, it's not carrying over, and it makes the most beautiful flowers, and I'm very, very sad. So what I've done is I've cut out, pre-cut, otherwise I'd be here all week, pre-cut a mixture of the flowers, and I'm going to decorate the pouch. Now I've chosen these colours. White and Daffodil Delight and Pool Party, I think that is, and Calypso Coral. I'm not sure which I'm going to use, but the reason I've chose those colours is because inside my pouch I'm going to do a little gift card holder, and I'm using the new Daisy Delight paper. And the colours in that are these colours. We have also got Old Olive, Dapper Denim. It's Dapper Denim, Old Olive, Calypso Coral, Daffodil Delight and Pool Party, I do believe, in this paper. So I'm mimicking the colours using an old dye, but mimicking the new paper. So it shows that, you know, versatility. So don't quite know what I'm going to do here. It's going to be one of those make it up as I go. In fact, I think I'll just quickly do the card and then it's out of the way. So this measures... It's just a cut of Whisper White, 5 1/4 by 4, and then this will go down in 1/4 inch. So that is 3 3/4 by 5. And all I'm doing with those is layering them up with my snail. Here we go. Get this part done, and then we can concentrate on the decorating, which is the bit that I love. Okay. Try and get this lined up nicely. I think I need to sharpen my blades on my cutter. It's making the edges of my paper just a little bit fluffy. I've cut that paper wrong. Hold on a minute, I've cut this paper wrong. I've just realised. Have I? Not to worry, not to worry. I think I've cut it slightly wrong. I might not have done, it might be my eyes. No, it's my eyes, I haven't cut it wrong, it's right. It's my eyes. Right, so what I'm going to do then, I thought I'd cut that wrong then, but I haven't. I'm going to round the corners just to make it look a little bit prettier. Okay. Like so. And then I do have a gift card. It's a very ugly gift card, unfortunately, but it was the only one I could find in our house, and it's for the cinema. So how I'm going to attach that on there? Really, I should make a little envelope to put it in so it looks prettier, but I'm saving time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my 1 inch circle punch. I'm going to punch 2 circles. 1, 2, got a glue dot on me. I'm going to fold them in half. As I say, you can, you know, step it up, decorate, make a little envelope, decorate this a bit more. I'm doing it really quick because what I do is I try and show you the bare bones of something so that you can go away and do it yourself. So I'm putting one dot on the back and one on the inside of the other side. Okay, and you'll see the method in my madness in a minute. So then I'm going to stick my gift card. So one glue dot sticks to the gift card and one will stick to the back. They're only glue dots, they'll come off, and these are only plastic, so it's not going to hurt it. Okay, so one on that and one on the inside. It just dresses up these little gift cards, doesn't it? Because they can be a bit boring, can't they? Okay. And I'll just try and put it central-ish. And that attaches that to there now. Okay? And then the other step that I did think of doing was, in fact, I'm going to use ribbon. I'm going to use ribbon. And I'm just using, what shall I use? Oh! I'm trashing my craft room here. I'm going to just use some of this. It has retired, I am sorry, but there you go. And I'll just get my Stampin' Up hole punch and just quickly punch a hole in here and attach some ribbon so that you can slide it out of the card holder. Put that in there like so. Okay, like that. Let me just cut there. I'm faffing now. I just need to trim that. But bear with me, because when I decorate the front, it's going to be awesome. Right, I'm just tying that in a knot. It's just decoration. Okay, it's not. Get down. Fingers and thumbs. Tight, nice and tight. Give it a trim. There we go. Give these a trim because they're a tad long. We don't need them that long. Okay, and then that will then slide inside your pouch, and when you slide it out, there you go, ta-da! Okay, right. Faffed with that long enough. Let's get on with decorating the front. So I've got some of these flowers. Let's have a look. I want to colour some. I'm going to use, what shall I use? I'm going to use Soft Sky because it's just a tad lighter than Pool Party. And I'm just going to, before I start and colour, shape my flowers, I'm just going to add a little bit of colour to them. I'm just adding it to the ends, really, really softly to these white ones. Okay. Just a really tiny bit of colour. That's that one. As I said, I don't even know which ones I'm going to use yet. So I'll just pick a few at random and see what happens. Normally when I do things just at random, it seems to work out in the end. Okay, a bit more on that one. What else have I got? 1, 2, 3. I like to do flowers in bunches of 3. I don't know why. Let me just put a bit of colour on these as well, because I might just layer them up. This is just, the ultimate flower die. There's still a couple of days left if you're fast check out that retirements list, ladies, because, you know, sometimes you just need things in your collection that you know are going to make lovely flowers. Right, I'm happy with that now. Let's move all of that out of the way. Let's move all of that out of the way, and let's get my shaping mat. I'm using my pokey tool. I do have the proper flower ball tools, but not everybody has them, so I'm going to show you like so. I'm going to put on there a, what colour shall I have? Daffodil Delight. Shall I? Shall we have Daffodil Delight or shall we have Calypso Coral? Which do we think looks better with the blue? I think we'll have Daffodil Delight. So I've shaped that. I'm just going to add a Daffodil Delight stamen sort of centre thing to that. That's that one ready. Let's shape some of these. Just really quickly. I might even just add a tad more ink on the end of there just to make it a little bit darker. In fact, I'm just going to use Pool Parter and add a bit of darkness to the ends of those tips. That's better. Just needs a little bit of darkness on the end there. That's better. Oh, I'll do it on this one as well. Yep, so I'll start with the lighter one, like Soft Sky, and then a bit of the darker one just on the tips. It does make a difference, as you can see. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to get one of the smaller ones. Shape that. I'll just do 3, and then otherwise I'll be here all day. I could play with flowers all day, making them. I love them. Get it mounted on a glue dot. Offset it. Give it a push. And I'll add a little tiny Daffodil Delight centre. Oh, that glue dot don't want to play me. Don't want to play with me, that glue dot don't. Stick it in. That's 2 done. Let's do another one. Here we are. Oops. Okay, bit more ink on the edge of that one. There we go. Let's layer it up with another one. Okay. This is fast flower making, this. I would normally take a lot more time over my flowers. I'm doing it really quickly for the video. Give that a press. I would take a lot more time. I'd have these a lot more curved for a start. But at least they're not flat. Because you know me, I don't do flat flowers. Right, so those are done. So I'll just bob those there. I've got a glue dot stuck to me. Right, I'll move that out of the way, move that out of the way and bring in this. And I've also got some of these little leaves, which I do love. And I like to just trim around. It's meant to be like, you know, part of a card, but I like to trim it and use it in my flower clusters, because I think it adds quite a dramatic effect. I'm not cutting it terribly. Beautifully there. There we go. Oh, I'm going to have to do something about that. Just bear with me while I mess about with this, will ya? Honestly, I won't be long. Go put kettle on or something. I'll be done by the time you've done. Go put kettle on and put a load of washing in. You know, put cat out, take dog for a walk, come back, and I might just about be ready. Okay, I'm going to trim it there. Oh dear me. And what I'm going to do is, because I don't like the look of that bit at the top, I'm just going to change it. And I don't like it. There we go. Right. Stop faffing. Right, your glue dots. A couple of glue dots. I would suggest sticking it on with wet glue. I'm like speed crafting here. Okay. So I'm just going to make my cluster in the corner here. So I'll stick that down. What else have I got? I've got some lovely, I'm going to put my flowers down and then decide where my leaves are going. So this is my focus flower. So I'm putting my focus flower in the centre. Put quite a few glue dots. Put that there. So it's central. And then add up my other flowers. Hold on a minute. And I'm having one there. And just tuck it underneath that main flower and just bend its petals back a bit. And then this smaller one, and just nip in the corner. Oh, I've got glue dots everywhere now. And we'll just nip that one, just tuck it under there, like so. Lift up them petals, give it a scrunch, and then let's add some little ferns. Just stick a glue dot. I'm going to add it over here. Tuck it in. One there, and we'll have one at the other side. Let me just trim it down. Do I need to? I don't need to trim it down. I can tuck it in. Another glue dot. Again, you know, take your time and use your wet glue. You don't need to speed craft like me. I'm going to tuck that one in there like so. There we go. And we're done. There we go. You could put a sentiment there. I'm not going to. But you could do. You could also ink. In fact, I wonder if I can get away with just giving that a bit of an ink. Where's my lightest one? Soft Sky. Ooh, I'm covered in it now. Soft Sky. Let's give it a little bit of a... just a little bit of a inking all the way around. I'm not going to ink all of the embossing, but you could, in fact I might just do it in the corners. I changed my mind too much, that's the thing. Right, I am going to do a bit of inking. Just lift that flower up, I'm just going to go in the corner there, like that. And just a tad in this corner. Just a little bit like that. Ah, that makes it look even prettier, doesn't it? Can't beat a bit of inking. There you go. If we've done it there, we'll have to go do it on the back, won't we? So, bear with me while I just, you know, keep changing up my ideas. This is why I don't do live, because I'd be there for hours. Because every time I see something, I think of a new idea. Just do the corners. Just adds bit of definition. And it does bring out that embossed card a little bit. So there we go, we're done. Right, if I've inked that, I'm going to have to ink this now. Okay. There we go, we're done. You could write a message on the back of there. Or, as I say, you could turn it into a card, you know, a proper opening card. I'm just going to slot that in there like so. Just slot all the way in so that just your ribbons show in there, look. And I think that was quite pretty. Just zoom in so you can have a right good look. Oh, that's out. In! Give it a try for your little gift card thingies. Really, really pretty. Botanical builder. Framelets. Don't miss out. I've stopped waffling now. Thanks for watching. Bye.